Onori from NESEA, a system dynamics approach to pharmacies or chemists, inventory and finance management.
Tu devi caricare la presentazione o prendi il tuo? Io ti do, quando c'hai 5 minuti, io il tempo. No. I'm sorry, but I don't have an Apple laptop, so I have to manage with these issues. Good afternoon. My name is Riccardo Onori. I work in a business unit of NESEA, which is named R&D, Development and Innovation Unit. And together with my colleague Stefan Armenia, I approached this kind of cases, which is mainly based on the management of some policies about inventory, finance, and economic policies of a chemist shop. First of all, let me introduce you some key elements of this case. We started with an analysis of a chemist shop, which is a small and medium enterprise, of course, but it is still a complex environment. And we try to define a decision framework in order to help the chemist in managing his decisions in a collegial way, and in order to understand which are the dynamics and the interaction between the departments that are mainly managing the inventory issues, or the financial issues, or the economic and procurement issues. And so the objectives of our research is mainly the definition of a collegial policy-making framework, and also implementing a decision support system in order to help the chemist in managing his issues. What is the mean of collegiality for us? Really, we analyze three main corporate functions, only three, but of course one can manage with other functions in a firm. And we started with the supply inventory department, the finance department, and the marketing department. Of course, in a small and medium enterprise is the chemist or the chief itself that that decide about or address the issues that may affect this department. But still there is a common managerial practice that for which the decisions are separated in a timeline. So there is still not a real collegial decision about this kind of issues. This is the result of our approach, the result of our study, and of course I'm going to illustrate you which was the path that bring us to this result. But as a fact, we implemented the decision support system in which the purchase and inventory department pursuing its own objective, make a decision which is collegial, negotiated with the other department, which are the financial department and the sales and marketing department. Okay, very important for our case is that the chemist shop that we analyzed is based in Italy. In Italy we have some issues that are related to the national healthcare systems, system for which some medicines or products are provided by the NHS and of course are paid to a chemist or reimbursed to a chemist with a great delay if a chemist sells these products to its customer. So the main issues that the approach, the relation with this system brings into the model is the delay that run between the selling period and the incoming period. Okay, chemist shop with which we were in relation had an inventory policy that was implemented. Of course, not of this kind of small and medium enterprise as this kind of policies in addressing the issues of an inventory, but of course it is a good one, which is the well-known ABC policies, for which the products that are in the class A, that of course in a really Pareto situation are the 20% of the whole products, brings the 80% of the income for the firm. So this particular shop, this chemist shop, implemented this kind of policy for its inventory that are mainly based on the fact that in the class A go all those products that have the biggest yearly selling volume, and then going on till the class C. Okay, when implementing this kind of policies, the first important element to set is the service level, because a chemist shop had to guarantee a certain service level either to the national healthcare system, either to its customer, its particular customer, that can be also hospitals or other care system or center. And for each service level, they implemented a particular policy, which is well known, I think, in the operation management field, and that was particularly specific for a certain product class. So, for example, for the products class that were in the class A, the inventory policy is typical the fixed order quantity. It means that if a certain volume goes under a certain reorder point, then the policy starts with an order versus the supplier or providers. And for the products that are on the class B, a fixed time period policy, which is based on the frequency on which the inventory management verifies in its inventory if the product volume or the product level are at a certain point. And for the products in class C, a two bins, which is a typical policy that looking at a store where there are two levels of products which are bins, a kind of slot or box. If one slot is empty or full, then it started a reorder in order to fill that box or bin. What does it mean, this particular representation? It means that for those products that are really important or relevant for the firm, in order, because they produce income and because they are important in an economic term, there is a more frequently verification of the product level, and this frequency decrease with important proportionally with importance of the product. Then, in order to guarantee a certain service level, of course, this kind of firms commonly used to have a safety stock that, of course, are greater for those products that are in the C class, and that's because the frequency of the verification of the level of the product in the inventory. And going more fast, I think, yes. This is the closed loop diagram of the inventory policies related with the supply sales policy of the firm as well, and of course implementing the different policies in the inventory. This is the stock and flow diagram of the inventory, but I don't want to navigate in it. But the importance of the collegial framework is that apart from the inventory policies that can be modeled in with that closed loop diagram, is important also to look at the dynamics that affect the other department of the firms. In particular, the financial issues are very relevant because if there is a managerial decision that brings to an increase in the incomes by selling more products or rising the price of some products, then of course due to the fact that the national care system often has some delay in the reimbursement, this brings to in more credits during a certain period, and of course an increase in the floating capital, but also an increase in the level of the inventory in order to answer to the demand of the product by the customer. This is the financial cycle, which gives you an idea of that of those dynamics that I was talking about, and it also represents the delay between the costs and the incomes. Okay, of course, the financial cycle is also very important because if the average delay of payment to suppliers is greater than the delay of payment from customers, we have immediate cash, we have the firm that is stable, the cash flow is in equilibrium. But of course, on the other side, if the average delay of payment from customer is greater, then we have some problems, which is related to the fact that we need more money, we need more cash in order to invest in some other assets in order to follow the demand that comes from the market. Okay, here we have the cash flow, the causal loop diagram of the cash flow, where of course we can see this kind of dynamic between the expected lack of cash and the order, and of course between the sales that affect either the stock out, either the average expected income costs, and that affect the financial cash flow forecast, and of course expected left of cash. So what we have now is that taking a decision about the inventory brings the firm to have the less costs, I think, but in order to answer to the demand of the market. But on the other side, we have some problem related to the fact that the delay in payment brings this kind of firm to try to catch more money for bank by using also the credit line of the bank. Okay, what we experimented is that if we were able to push on some variable elements of the model, for example, pushing on selling some kind of products that brought to the firm a non-negative financial cycle. After a certain time period, the firms could reach a certain equilibrium, so could become stable by using some policies. Of course, selling more products or selling certain type of products means to take the advantage of using the marketing leverage of the firms, which helps the management in promoting some products and not others. Okay, we modeled the closed loop diagram of the marketing dynamics with a well-known model, which is of course not the only model for that kind of dynamics, but I think it was very useful and also very simple in order to take into account this kind of relation between the various different departments. This is the overall causal loop diagram, and I don't want to navigate in this browse in this diagram, but I want, since it is the time has gone by, I want to show you which are the main results that we reached on a specific case. We were able to manage a chemist shop for 6 months, and we started with a certain situation in which the initial bank balances was the one that you see in this table, and by applying the common managerial practice, we had some results, and the common managerial practice means that the decisions were taken separately on a certain timeline. And instead, by applying a collegial policies, we reached the results that where the balance increase, the loan is intact, the credits decrease in a certain sense. So we reach a situation which is most stable and more useful for the chemist. Okay, this is the comparison between the two situations, and in conclusions, what we were able to do is that by implementing a decision support system based on a system dynamics modeling and simulation, of course, we were able to define and implement a collegial policy making process. And of course, we helped the chemist in continuously monitoring the situation, the safety, and the sustainability of his firms. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. So, well, of course, it was in euros.